Every gun store, every warehouse, every manufacturer literally has nothing on the shelf.
Right now, local gun stores are having a hard time keeping up with customer demand. We explain why. And as COVID-19 cases continue to spike in Wisconsin, Uw-Madison students protest their administration's handling of the virus. Plus, death and destruction from wildfires out west continues.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. Tonight, gun sales are on the rise both in our area and across the nation. Adam Duxter spoke to two stores whose owners say it's more than just COVID pushing people to buy.
Stores like Max Creek in Oregon say since March, they've struggled to keep guns and ammunition on the shelves. And while they've had plenty of repeat customers, what's really caught their eye is the number of people coming in for the very first time. An explosion of sales unlike any other.
Well, I hate to use the word, but it's incredible right now.
Max Creek owner Steve DeRazio has been selling guns for more than a decade, but says fear, uncertainty, and unrest are now putting them in more hands than ever.
But with the pandemic and the rioting, obviously a whole new different crowd of people coming in. A lot of first-time shooters.
The New York Times says March was the second biggest month for national gun sales ever. And in June, the FBI says it processed a record 3.9 million background checks, the most since the agency started recording that data in 1988, which means DeRazio,
Which this gun is an all-alloy gun. It's really heavy.
and shops like CTR Firearms in Janesville are at times struggling to meet demand.
To put it simply, if you thought America was armed before, we doubled down.
Here, the owner says fear is the #1 driver for sales, and it's brought people into his store who would have never purchased guns before.
It's very intimidating for them. You can see it in their voice, you can see it in their eyes, you can hear it in the conversation. But their fear of that firearm has now been overcome by the fear of what's going on in the world.
But as customers see buying a gun as a way to eradicate those fears, DeRazio says the thing he's afraid of is happening right outside.
We have a war outside of our country right now. We have a war in our country right now.
An increase in gun violence, not just in Madison, but cities throughout the nation. And while neither owner can say for sure if the increase in sales is tied to the recent increase in crime, DeRazio says he's been devastated to see innocent lives like 11-year-old Anissa Scott lost.
That breaks my heart because I'm a father and a grandpa, but I don't have control of that.
What he can control, safety and education. He says there's no telling when the demand for guns could slow down. But in the meantime, he's hopeful that spike in sales won't create anything beyond responsible owners.
We just need to slow down, start smiling, start shaking hands. You know, peace, that's where it's at.
And DeRazio says if you are curious about becoming a first-time gun owner, the first thing you should do is come in and talk with him. He says even if you don't end up making that purchase, he's hopeful you'll learn from the conversation you had. In Oregon, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
Gun sales have been impacted during election years before. The New York Times reports 1 million were sold the month Barack Obama was elected in 2008 and 2 million following his re-election in 2012. Let's get a look at your first warned weather now. The sun will come out tomorrow.
It will. Finally, we get the sunshine back after a few cloudy days, several cloudy days in a row. The rain's still kind of spotty around the area as we look at our Doppler track over the last several hours. Not picking up a lot of rain passing through. But you'll probably notice it a little bit on the windows. High-resolution radar has most of the lighter rainfall towards the La Crosse area. Now, even with the cloud coverage, we did actually get up to 68 degrees today. Finally breaking over that 60-degree threshold. A little bit below average, but thankfully we're expecting, with the help of the sunshine, to be closer to average tomorrow. The rain totally coming to an end tonight. We'll have sunshine for Sunday and for much of next week. Also hitting a bit of a drier stretch. Not many rain chances ahead in our 10-day forecast, but we'll look at that full forecast in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. 12 more Wisconsinites have died from complications of the coronavirus. The Badger State is reporting nearly 1,200 new cases today, 9,400 400 of the state's 87,000 cases remain active. Meanwhile, UW-Madison continues to contribute to Dane County's COVID spike. 90 more students have tested positive, bringing the university's all-time total to more than 1,800. Several dozen UW-Madison students protested outside the Gordon Dining Center on campus tonight. Students made several demands, including what they call a moral restart, which includes moving classes online, lowering residence hall capacity, and requiring a negative COVID-19 test before attending social gatherings. Right now, students inside 2 residence halls and 22 fraternity and sorority houses are under mandatory 2-week quarantines. The office of Chancellor Rebecca Blank tells News 3 Now she plans on taking questions from the media early next week. Milwaukee's Archbishop is urging Catholics to return to in-person Mass. Jerome Listecki says people should wear masks and remain socially distant. The Archdiocese order excusing Catholics from in-person worship expires on Monday. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett says he wants to learn more about the Archbishop's reopening plans. Former Secretary of State John Kerry says the president's decision to withhold information about the dangers of the coronavirus in early February cost thousands of American lives. Those allegations came to light after recordings from interviews between the president and journalist Bob Woodward were released just last week.
We're Americans. We know how to win. We know how to beat something back if we're told the truth about it. But the fact is, this president, the idea that he doesn't want to create panic, what are you talking about? He's trying to scare people every day.
The president has dismissed the tapes in recent days, saying Woodward should have immediately reported the dangers of the virus to help save lives. Woodward's book, titled Rage, is scheduled to hit shelves on Tuesday. Meanwhile, President Trump is back on the campaign trail tonight, speaking to supporters at a Nevada airport. People at the Minden, Nevada rally were seen wearing few masks and not being socially distant. Before the rally, Trump spoke with reporters about the size of the crowd at the rally, as well as how he fares in polls in Nevada.
I think we're going to win it. We almost won it last time, and it was for a certain reason we didn't quite get there, which was perhaps a miscalculation by somebody.
The latest New York Times poll finds likely voters in Nevada support Joe Biden over the president, 46% to 42%. According to the latest CBS News polls, Trump trails Biden nationally, 52 to 42. Twitter and Facebook each put a warning label on posts by President Trump today. The posts urged North Carolina residents to vote twice. The president claimed voters should make sure their ballot is counted by showing up to the polls, even if they submitted their mail-in ballots. Twitter says Trump broke the site's rules about election integrity. Facebook says voting by mail has a long history of trustworthiness. The state's Attorney General Josh Stein responded to the president's tweet, telling his residents to, quote, not do what the president directs. He says voters should vote early and reminds them that voting twice is a felony. Last month's storms cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars. That's according to insurance company Aon. The firm's global catastrophe recap report finds Hurricane Laura cost at least $10 billion. They also estimate Hurricane Isaias and the derecho that tore through Iowa each cost about $5 billion. Wildfires in western states continue burning tonight as several large cities face smoky, gray, and bleak conditions. Danya Bacchus reports.
Unrelenting wildfires continue to wreak havoc on the west.
This is insane.
Leaving behind unimaginable destruction and a rising loss of life. This week alone, at least 19 people have died. 16-year-old Josiah Williams was one of them.
Family's just so heartbroken.
In Oregon, officials are bracing for a mass fatality incident. Fires there have wiped out more than 800,000 acres. And after only 5 days, this outbreak of fires in Washington state is the second worst in its history. Mandy McDonald is now homeless.
And unfortunately, I went at the very exact moment to come around the corner to see my house falling to the ground completely in flames.
Aaron Buck's home was in the path of the massive creek fire.
We all know in the back of our minds up there, this could happen.
His home is still standing, but more than 300 structures were lost.
We've lost what we've lost. We have what we have left. We're gonna rebuild.
This fire is one in a record-breaking fire season that's just getting started. More than 3 million acres have burned in California. Governor Gavin Newsom surveyed the catastrophic damage on Friday.
This is a climate dam emergency. This is real. And it's happening. This is the perfect storm.
Seattle, Los Angeles, and San Francisco's poor air quality is forcing many to stay inside this weekend. Oregon now has the worst air in the world. Fire crews are hoping this weekend's temporary cooler weather will give them a leg up in the firefight.
We're all out here and ready to continue the fight as long as we should need to do that.
Danya Backus, CBS News.
Fire crews say they do not expect to have a complete hold on the creek fire until next month. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, we'll introduce you to a Wisconsin man who's doing thousands of push-ups every day to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Plus, one local music festival is playing on this year. We'll show you how next.
It's Ford Truck Month, and if this is your kind of day, and this is your kind of truck, then this is your month. Ford Truck Month. Now, get great deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 43 years.
Like $10,883 in total savings on the Bill Ford Tough F-150. See your Ford dealer today.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Donald Trump is lying again. Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone making under $400,000. Biden will close tax loopholes for big corporations. Trump's tax cut giveaway exploded our debt, so he's threatening Social Security and Medicare. Biden will make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share, so we can protect Social Security and Medicare and invest in schools and health care.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We're back. We got Untitled food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, sponsored by the Wisconsin Beef Council.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
At GHC, we want you to be safer at home. We have more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
Sure, our cheese, farmers market, and the Badgers are great, but what is the absolute coolest thing made in Wisconsin? It's up to you to decide. We'll have a preview of what you can vote for this year. Join us Sunday morning at 6:30.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. The Alzheimer's Association's Wisconsin chapter is hosting its annual flower sale this weekend. The association's typical fundraising efforts are limited this year during the pandemic. Volunteers say despite everything else happening in the world right now, it's important to remember the other battles we're fighting, like Alzheimer's.
People are diagnosed, as we heard earlier, every 3 seconds. And it's just, you never know when it's going to be one of your family members. So it's important to support this cause so that we can find a cure and help people that have Alzheimer's.
They sold out of all of their flowers today, but they plan to bring the flower sale back next year on the first weekend after Labor Day. Yesterday, people across the country paused and commemorated the 19th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. One man is honoring those who died all year by raising more than $1 million. Gabriela Becerra explains.
Thoughts of the first responders who died on 9/11 weigh heavy on Nate Carroll's mind today.
It's hard to believe it's been 19 years.
He's doing 9 sets of 414 push-ups, each set at different police departments and fire stations in the greater Madison area.
Did it feel like to you when you hit that number?
That's good. Then I have to figure out how to get to the next spot, so.
Carroll's challenge is a part of something bigger. He's attempting to do 1.5 million push-ups this year and in turn raise $1.5 million for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation's Fallen First Responder program.
This foundation steps in if a firefighter or police officer is killed in the line of duty and they leave behind a young family. This foundation steps in and pays off that mortgage so the family can stay in that home.
To meet this goal, Carroll says he does 4,000 push-ups every day.
You got to have balance and you got to get up early, you got to hit the floor often, but I always keep in mind that every push-up that I do potentially earns $1 for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Carroll says it's his way of thanking the many first responders right here in our own community.
Any inconvenience or difficulty that I have doing push-ups, it's nothing compared to what police officers, firefighters face across this country currently, and especially if they're killed in the line of duty, it's nothing compared to what those families that leave behind those heroes have to deal with.
Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
You can support Nate's challenge and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation through donations on their website. We have that link on channel3000.com. The Madison World Music Festival played on this year, but it looked a little bit different because it was virtual this year. Some performances were held in Shannon Hall at Memorial Union with no audience. The festival is a free multicultural experience. One of tonight's headlining bands was Rabulu, playing Afro-Cuban and Latin music.
When you hear music, that's one of the main ways that you can see that everybody, every culture is capable of creating beauty and adding to the beauty of the world, and I think it's powerful.
I had to restart from zero and create a new festival that would be online. So that was the first great challenge. Since then,
the Madison World Music Festival is in its 17th year. Let's get a look at your first warn weather now with Dana Fulton. Some good news if you're missing the sunshine.
If you're missing the sunshine, it is right around the corner for us. We'll get to enjoy that for the second half of the weekend on Sunday and for much of next week, but we're also keeping a close eye on what's brewing in the tropics. Right now, our next named tropical system, Tropical Storm Sally, moving over the very bottom of Florida, passing over the Keys and Miami, bringing a lot of rain and some wind. That storm is going to continue to travel northwest, and once it gets into this very warm Gulf water, that's going to help the storm strengthen potentially to a Category 1 hurricane before making landfall late Tuesday along the Louisiana coastline close to the New Orleans area. Of course, this area still very saturated, still very soggy, still dealing with a lot of damage from the past tropical seasons tropical systems we've already had this season. So not an ideal situation right now, especially seeing that storm likely strengthening over the warm water. It'll continue to curl around and then move east. This is impacting the southeast portion of the country. It's not going to lift up north to Wisconsin, but we still have plenty of time left in our tropical season. This is now the earliest S name that we have on record, the previous record in early October. So these names coming just a little bit ahead of schedule still. Right now, our radar is fairly quiet. A few showers towards La Crosse. We may see a few light showers through the rest of the night, but all of it is steadily coming to an end, and that's going to lead to sunshine for tomorrow. We'll start the day off tomorrow with partly sunny skies early and for your Sunday afternoon, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the low 70s. Our breeze coming in from the northwest. For Monday, a few clouds early in the day, and then again in the afternoon, mostly sunny skies, high temperatures close to 73 for the start of the work week. A little more mild as we get towards the middle of the week, but we're in a really great pattern right now. As the cloud coverage slowly clears out, we'll drop down to the mid-50s for our overnight lows. Afternoon highs tomorrow again in the low 70s as skies become mostly sunny. That is a little milder. a little closer to average also compared to where we've been at. Temperatures in the low 70s for Monday, mostly sunny on Tuesday and Wednesday, with highs steadily warming up. Wednesday will be our mild day for the week in the upper 70s for afternoon highs and overnight lows staying in the 50s. We've backed off on our rain chances for the end of the week, only a slight chance on Thursday and pulling that chance out for Friday. And by next weekend, we'll be close to 70 for afternoon highs. But a lot of sun, a lot of good opportunities to just be outside and enjoy the weather.
Yeah, and if we don't see rain on that Thursday, it'll be a whole week of no rain.
10-day stretch of dry weather, yes.
And that'll be nice after the last few days.
Yes. Right now, with just kind of bringing things out because it is so soggy outside, yes.
All right, thank you so much, Dana. After a late scratch on the mound, the Brewers dueling with the Cubs. Highlights next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Why do we offer so many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs? Oh, yeah. All set.
Ready, Freddie?
Because we're not just engineers.
Call us when you get there, okay? Slowly. I'm going slow. We have families, too.
Get 15% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Equinox models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
In the race for a vaccine, the finish line is approaching. Safety protocols in place, and the greatest economy the world has ever seen coming back to life. But Joe Biden wants to change that.
I would shut it down.
Why would we ever let Biden kill countless American businesses, jobs, and our economic future when President Trump's great American comeback is now underway?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
The coronavirus has forced the government to take extensive actions, making this the most opportunistic time for you to finally restructure or even resolve your tax debt with the IRS. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, have unfiled tax returns, and are experiencing hardships because of the impact of COVID-19, you could qualify for more aggressive resolution plans with the IRS. National Tax Experts has specialists ready to help you determine your eligibility for these programs. Act now before it's too late.
Call 1-800-392-6331.
Right now, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 Toyota RAV4. To learn more about this and other great offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, some potentially good news for Badger football fans who had to watch all those other games today from afar. The Big Ten's presidents and chancellors will reportedly meet tomorrow to possibly vote on when football could start again. So there's some hope. The conference's medical subcommittee met today to figure out and review all of the latest medical information and safety protocols. So again, there could be a revote tomorrow on specific return dates and how to maybe restart the season. Well, Aaron Rodgers will be playing tomorrow along with the rest of his
Packers teammates at a very empty U.S. Bank Stadium. The Vikings aren't allowing any fans for their season, at least for the first 2 games. So, obviously, the lack of real crowd noise will definitely be a factor for the start of the season. The NFL says teams can pump in fake noise to the decibel level that is the same as a vacuum. So definitely a different experience, one that Rodgers knows they'll take advantage of, especially at certain stadiums.
Obviously, going to be different playing a stadium like that, or, New Orleans, Atlanta, some of these places, Kansas City, Seattle, might lose some of those home field advantages that they've enjoyed by a loud, raucous crowd. So it will be strange. I think there'll be new types of strategy involved. I think the metaphorical jazz hands will be the understanding that everything you say now is heard.
Brett Anderson a late scratch, so Brent Suter starting tonight, allowing 1 hit in 3 innings. In the 4th, though, Ryan Braun, a straight shot off of the board. 2-run home run puts the Crew up 2-zip. And it was all good until the 9th. Josh Hader giving up a 3-run shot to Jason Hayward. Brewers lose 4-2, the final score. Well, after overcoming adversity, we're often reminded of the people that helped us along the way. And for one coach from Middleton, he's taking his gratitude and hitting the pavement to give back. When Middleton boys volleyball coach Ben White heard the word cancer, he naturally did what he knows best.
I like to game plan.
But what he didn't know until January is how his 14-year-old son Parker felt, until one day he said,
I'd like to go to Gilda's and talk to other kids who are dealing with parents that have cancer.
So Ben and his family did just that, taking him outside of coach mode.
A lot of people are feeling the same things, and I know all the questions that I had that doctors would give you the medical answer for. Other patients would give you what they were dealing with and their side effects and how they were feeling.
Almost a year later, Ben is in remission and feeling grateful.
You don't really see how big an impact you make until something like this happens.
So he and his partner Kathleen are marking the occasion by running a casual 13 miles on the 1-year anniversary of his diagnosis. Looking back,
this brought us together even and closer.
And a little bit stronger.
There's not as much weight as there once was, and I'm fortunate to be able to say that. I might not say that on mile 12 on Sunday, but for right now, I feel like we can do this.
And Amanda, that 1-year anniversary is tomorrow, and if you'd like to help out Ben and his partner Kathleen, I've put a link on our website. But truly amazing to see his recovery and how well he's doing now.
And it's so nice to hear that he's doing well a year later, something to look back on and, feel stronger about it. Thank you so much, Melissa. We'll be right back.
The Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery.
Lease the 2020 ES 350 for $359 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Why do Black Americans knowing they could lose their life in the course of just living their life?
Part of freedom is to be free from racism and all of its manifestations.
They deserve to be treated with dignity. They gotta know we're listening.
Reforming policing in this country means creating a national standard on use of force and hold police officers accountable.
We have such an opportunity now to change people's lives for the better. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. We've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Celebrities and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
So I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. And I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and I'm not joking. It works.
I'm Neela. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to take care of yourself. Plexiderm, seriously, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under-eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, try it today for only $14.95 plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
time you fake wearing your seatbelt, remember this. Cops have been trained to spot seatbelt violations even at night. And they don't give out fake tickets. Day or night, click it or ticket.
We love our new home. There's so much space.
We have a guest room now.
But we have ants.
You're slouching again, Ted.
Expired. Expired. Expired.
Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
It's a lot of house. I hope you can keep it clean.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend request?
I'll have to check.
Aunt Joni's here.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Stay restless with the icon that does the same. The RX, crafted by Lexus.
Lease the 2020 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $409 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
This is a WISC editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Referendum questions are often confusing. They're worded so a no vote means yes, you want something, or vice versa. The Shoreline Parks referendum on next Tuesday's ballot here in Madison is a mess. But the government accounting office...
After nearly 3 decades serving the Madison community, WISC's very own Neil Heinen is retiring next week. And tomorrow is Neil's final time on For the Record. But after hosting more than 1,500 episodes, he will be the guest. Live at 4 anchors, Mark Kane and Susan Simon will talk to Neil about his accomplishments, his memories, and his future plans after retirement. You can watch For the Record, A Farewell to a Friend, tomorrow morning at 10:30 right here on WISC TV. So cool to see him through the years. I loved that.
3 decades. Oh,
wow.
that was interesting to see the old set, the old graphics, the old Neil, all of it. Mostly sunny skies for tomorrow. We're expecting temperatures in the low 70s for Sunday and for Monday. We stay mostly sunny. Heading into the start of next week, temperature-wise, will be in the mid to upper 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday. A slight chance for showers developing on Thursday, but overall, really dry trend for that 10-day. By next weekend, we'll be close to 70 degrees. And that's what we'll say in the following week.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.